Alrighty, welcome back everyone. It is LaughNgamez here. I'm back with another Starcraft 2 1 versus 1 bot AI cast. We have got ourselves what should be a good one here today, as it's another bot author recommended replay. And so this should be a bit of an exciting one and a good test for PhantomBot here. I really enjoyed the previous PhantomBot games that we cast. However, taking on PhantomBot today is going to be the best of the best, pretty much. I always say its name wrong. It's Dysnomia. And so Dysnomia, for those of you that don't know, is an offshoot of Eris. I believe a slightly more varied variant. I mean, that's a terrible way to say that. However, yeah. And as we can see, it's even saying 3-base MUTA, so that's interesting. And it's going to be a ZVZ. Ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoy these bot games, this YouTube community is the best at it. You guys are the greatest at clicking that like button. If you guys can do that, that would be great. Leave a comment down below saying more bots if you want to help us battle that YouTube algorithm bot. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Click that bell icon. We're trying to hit that 10K subscriber mark. Join the Discord, which is linked down below. And if you do want to get various perks and support the channel, consider becoming a YouTube member. We do have Dysnomia going for a fast third hatchery. That's one of the things that Eris is known for. It pretty much always goes for that. It says 3-base MUTA, so it's already getting the 3 bases out of the way. And then it's going to just be safely opening up. Whereas PhantomBot, a bit of a Zerg bot that likes to go for Zerglings, as we've seen. I'm not sure what its plan will be. I am excited at the idea of possible mutas here on Oceanborn. So, as that's not something we see too often. Bots do struggle with mutas just because, like, those ground-based compositions are so darn good. PhantomBot is running out with a couple of Zerglings. Dysnomia should be fine, though, as it hasn't made its own lings yet, but they're on the way now. Then it's also mining gas, so it can get its ling speed going, potentially. PhantomBot has already got its ling speed going, but it's done mining gas, so no big aggression is going to be following that up. PhantomBot just has its 3rd base on the way, and Dysnomia is not actually going for ling speed. It's really going into the mutas. This is one of the things that if you scout out, you can generally assume that the Zerg is up to something. If you see a Zerg skipping ling speed, you can tell that they're committing tech to either. There's either going to be like a Nidus popping up in your base or mutas, as we see here. Now, PhantomBot scouting out with its lings, chasing the lings of Dysnomia. Dysnomia does scout out, doesn't really see too much. We'll see if there's going to be any spine crawlers or anything that go up to defend while Dysnomia is going into this heavy tech build. As like committing to the lair, committing to the mutas, it's really expensive. It doesn't leave you with a lot of stuff to defend. I am curious when we're going to see that spire go up. It's still getting gas. No spire just yet. We should see that soon. There's 200 gas in the bank. More than enough. Dysnomia making more drones, getting up ling speed. There's the 200 mineral mark. No spire just yet. It's getting all the things it needs to have to produce mutas, except the actual spire, which it really needs to produce mutas. So I'm a bit concerned here for Dysnomia, because the muta timings are often very close, at least in human games. Like, we so often see the mutas popping out just as the roaches are arriving at a base or something like that. Dysnomia is just foregoing that. Drones are having to fight lings. That is not good. Some queens are coming out to defend. However, mining time is being lost. And yeah, Dysnomia may be having a fatal flaw here if it does not get that spire going really soon. Instead, it's just trying to hit a high drone count. Like, it's getting up to 60 drones, which is good, but I feel like you kind of should have that spire on the way already, buddy. There's the Spire. Better late than never, I suppose. However, the next 60 seconds shall be a little scary. I don't think PhantomBot's going to be attacking. It has just one roach out, so it's mainly my my history of watching pro games and Zergs that generally die in this situation. But yeah, I think Dysnomia should be fine. It's going to have a great economy as a result of this build. It's easy to forget that bot games, there generally is less aggression in the early game. So yeah, Dysnomia should be fine here. That's going to put PhantomBot in a position that it will have to deal with Mutas, so we're seeing a Hydra Den on the way. +1 attack, able to make roaches, that kind of thing. Fourth base already done, whereas there's no fourth for Dysnomia. And here come in the Lings for Dysnomia. They are going to get us around, kill off 2 queens. No burrow going down there. Roaches will usually burrow, but oh, that's because burrow wasn't quite done yet. About 5 seconds out. It's finished now, so these roaches can burrow to stay alive, but yeah, Dysnomia just getting a bit of an attack off with some Lings, and it's actually looking a little bit troublesome here for PhantomBot, as now not only does it have to clean up this attack, it's going to have to deal with 12 Mutas that are going to be barreling across the map sometime soon. The roaches are pushing these Lings away, so good defensive behavior from PhantomBot. Burrows the injured roaches, gets them back up in health, and then we just see the fourth base still mining away. Lings are trying to kill some roaches. That's not going to happen though. And now the Mutas are out, and this is going to be a good test. Not a lot of bots use Mutas properly. We'll see how well Dysnomia is going to do with these. It's got 14 out moving across the map. There's only a single Hydra out and 4 queens as the anti-air, or there's not even a Hydra out yet. That's just on the way now. So drones will have to burrow, and all of a sudden that seems like a pretty good answer to these Mutas. They just burrow their head in the sand and are fine. No counterattack is going down as a couple Mutas are chasing these roaches and Ravagers home. Queens starting to shoot on the Mutas. The Mutas not realizing that they can kill these queens easily. They are kind of just being pushed back a bit. Interesting Muta behavior from Dysnomia. I mean, they're kind of fighting, then skirting away, so the positioning is so bizarre on these Mutas. They're like really fanning out. However, there is enough of them to kill that queen. This Hydra will go down. It's definitely not an easy thing to program Mutalisk like this. So far, it's going okay for Dysnomia, even if it's like nothing we've really seen before. And now Mutas are in the natural base. The Spore Crawler will work wonders against the Mutas. It can cut through them really quickly. We do see one of them die. Hydras are being produced to help be the anti-air. Dysnomia, the authors have programmed in classic SC2 behavior, and that is making Lings harass one location while you hit with Mutas in another. Dysnomia even has some roaches and Ravagers being added into its main composition. It does just seem to want to stay at 14 Mutas. It's not going up to like 30 Mutas or anything like that. It does have a 4th base done, a 5th base on the way. No base at this location, weirdly enough. Lings coming on in, going to kill off Hydras. That's really important, seeing as how they're the critical anti-air. These Mutas are still flying around. Dysnomia is coming in for an attack. PhantomBot's trying to hold on. It does have the +1 attack upgrade advantage, so its roaches and Hydras can actually win out here, potentially. And they do seem to be pushing Dysnomia's army back. The Ravagers are dropping Corrosive Biles. There is dodges, though. And yeah, pretty good trade for PhantomBot, so we'll see if the Mutas can pull the red Zerg away, or if there's going to be a counterattack or anything like that. The +1 was really important there, however. Overseer count, there is a couple Overseers out for PhantomBot. I believe Dysnomia has killed a few with its Mutas. Actually killed 6, so the Mutas are really on that. Hydras are zoning out these Mutas at the natural base, so the defense from PhantomBot is good. It's now pushing across the map. Army supply is slightly in the lead for PhantomBot, and that means its ground army is just way bigger than that of Dysnomia. And now we see the blue Zerg in a little bit of trouble. Its Mutas are bouncing back and forth, but they're not getting that much done. The red army is just getting really good trades for PhantomBot, almost at a 2-to-1 trade. And so the Mutas aren't really getting the efficiency they need. And the ground army is just way better. Even though PhantomBot's down on workers after losing 14, it's still really giving it to Dysnomia. Looks like a big chunk of this red army was pulled back, however. Just maybe by a stray unit or something. Still, there's an attack going on the front. The upgrade advantage is really here for PhantomBot. It's currently 2-1 to just 1-0. That's going to make the red army do even better. With all this bulk on the ground with the upgrade advantage, it's going to be hard for Dysnomia to hold on. The Mutas are back home, or at least some of them are. But, I mean, there's plenty of Hydras out now to kill these off. And in comes PhantomBot. Going to kill off these Roaches. And the defense for Dysnomia just isn't doing well enough. It's not really getting many kills or anything. It's just bleeding out Roaches since it hasn't really hit critical mass. Some of these Roaches are trying to get away, but they're all going to die. This base is under fire. There's still a decent economy for Dysnomia. It's now even getting out infestors, so they can potentially get some big fungals off. However, it's still just a pitiful ground army. Compared to that, a PhantomBot, another fungal goes down. That will soften up some of these Hydras. The Muta count is currently only 9, though. PhantomBot's now getting out its Corruptors so they can chase the Mutas, potentially become Broodlords later on. But I don't know if this game's going to go that long. The natural has been broken as PhantomBot comes in for a big push. It's killing off drones. It's decimated the army of Dysnomia. And yeah, that... like, all the tech structures are going down. I think PhantomBot has taken this one. Like, a couple Hydras are at this base. This hatchery is so low, 15 HP. It's going to stay alive for now, though, but the tech is just... it's been... the natural base has been really destroyed. The drone count for Dysnomia has fallen. PhantomBot is at a healthy worker count. It's now getting out Broodlords. There's 9 Mutas out on the map still, but they're just being chased by Corruptors, it looks like. And so in this game, we've really seen the Corrupt, or the Mutas, just not get enough efficiency. And I think that's part of the reason why we don't see Mutas in a lot of these bot games. Yeah, Dysnomia, I mean, it can try and come back here. It's making some more Roaches. It did get its own 2-1 upgrades over the Roach count. It's 23 to 17, but then there's some Hydras in the mix too, Broodlords as well. Corruptors in the skies. There's literally no answer for the Broodlords. Looks like Dysnomia is trying to make its own Corruptor, not Corruptors. And now it's making 2, but it's going to be outgunned in the skies by that. More Broodlords are morphing. Dysnomia has been trying to hang on here, however, its economy is just down in the dumps, 46 drones to 73. It's not even mining really at any of its bases. The mining has just been interrupted very heavily. PhantomBot continuously pushing across the map. Dysnomia's trying to make a go of it. The upgrades evening up was just a little bit too late, but as I say that, they become uneven once more, as it's now 3-2 to 2-1. Dysnomia really being punished by its commitment to Mutas here, and I think the Red Zerg has done it. Well done by the author of PhantomBot. Ladies and gentlemen, if you made it all the way to the end of this video and you are not subscribed, go ahead and click that subscribe button, as I put out these videos pretty darn regularly. Join the Discord, which is linked down below. Leave a like before you head out. Leave a comment saying more bots, as that does help out with the YouTube algorithm. And then consider becoming a YouTube member if you do want to support the channel. There are various perks you can get with that. Okay, looks like, yeah, PhantomBot's just been slowly clearing up Dysnomia. Great redundancy means the bots do take a little bit longer to die. It's trying to make a queen, but this last hatchery will be torn to pieces. GG. And it even added in the WP. Well played.